everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal International. We begin with our top stories. 4 alleged criminals said to have adopted and sexually abused a 15-year-old girl for 1 month at Godi Bakoko in Douala have been arrested and currently being detained at the Gendarmerie Brigade and Godi Banga Apongo. According to gendarme reports, the girl is pregnant after being sexually abused by the 5 men. As a new academic year is on the course, one of the major causes of concern is the security of pupils and students. Within the past years, several cases of assault, theft, and kidnappings were registered daily in schools. To tell you more in this edition of Newscast, and the list of nominees for Canal Act 14 has been made public on the evening of September 17, 2023 on Canal International. Several reactions have been pouring out following the publication of the official list of nominees, which will determine the best cultural actors on the night of October 28, 2023. Those are major stories. Details right ahead. Good evening once more. 4 alleged criminals said to have adopted and sexually abused a 15-year-old girl for a period of 1 month at Ngodiba Koko here in Douala have been arrested and are currently being detained at the Gendarmerie Brigade of Banga Pongo. According to gendarme reports, the girl is pregnant after being sexually abused. More in the following story. They are aged between 21 and 30 and charged for having abducted a 15-year-old girl and keeping her for 1 month. During that spell, she is reported to have been sexually abused by the 5 men. 4 of the 5 suspects have been arrested and are currently being detained at the Gendarmerie Brigade and Banga Pongo. Meanwhile, one of the suspects is still on the run. According to security reports, the 15-year-old girl was abducted on October 17 around Godi Bakoko towards Siasa. After noticing the child's disappearance, the father alerted the gendarmes.
Nous avions trouvé dans une chambre isolée 4 individus dont la moyenne d'âge varie entre 21 et 30 ans.
4 of the suspected abductors were hemmed in their hiding place. At the time they were being intercepted, they struggled to hide their victim, but were quickly neutralized by elements of the Gendarmerie Brigade.
C'est ainsi qu'une perquisition a été faite dans les locaux et avons pu rattraper cette dernière qui était cachée avec les présumés ravisseurs.
Medical reports have revealed that a 15-year-old girl is pregnant. We were not able to meet the girl nor her family for more explanations. Security officers seized the opportunity to call on parents to keep a watchful eyes on their kids, especially at a time when kidnapping, abductions, and disappearance of children and adults is fast gaining ground in Douala. Hundreds of persons have been left stranded in Cameroon's economic city Douala after their businesses were ravaged by wild flames at the central business district of Douala. The fire broke out on September 17 at about 7 p.m. Fro William took stock of the situation and now reports.
It was a gloomy scenario at the popular commercial boulevard, the Chinatown, at Douche Municipal in Douala. The fire broke out on Sunday, September 17, when the business hub was retiring at 5 p.m. The flames were blistering, ejecting volumes of dark smoke to the skies. Lamentations as billions were blown into oblivion.
I personally have lost an investment of more than 1 million. I am finished. My own elder brother has lost 3 shops. We do not know what to do. We start back at zero. I'm frustrated. The goods are finished all my life, so I will start back at fresh. I don't even know where I find myself. Even my children's school fee, I haven't yet paid. I don't know. My life is finished.
The president of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Cameroon laments. Shops have gone down. Goods. We have lost huge sums of money. In short, we are lost. Presently, tears alone can describe our pain because all we can do is cry. Really, this is bad luck. Firefighters were on the accident site and managed to contain the flames from spreading across other business concerns.
I particularly can't say for now the exact number of shops that the fire consumed, but the damages are enormous.
The origin of the fire has not been established, while the number of shops razed is still to be known.
A 39-year-old man is currently behind bars at the Sodikombo Gendarmerie Brigade after he was caught red-handed breaking into a shop in that area. He confessed to the crime and disclosed it's a well-established network that directly links them up to their suppliers. More in the following story. In front of the stolen objects, mostly men's shoes, dresses, and ladies' handbags, and a lot more, the 39-year-old alleged criminal describes his modus operandi.
La recel commence là-bas de 4 heures peut-être jusqu'à 9 heures. Puis c'est un coin de recel reconnu dans la ville de DOUALA.
With the use of a knife and electric cables, he tells how he broke into the shop. Once in, he uses the cable to successfully pull the stolen items through the rooftop. Unfortunately, a few meters away, he was intercepted by the Sodikombo Gendarmerie Territorial Brigade of DOUALA 5.
La patrouille désignée de jour va se prendre au lieu dit basson, fin goudron, porteur de plusieurs sacs.
The victim, who did not want to be exposed, told us he was only alerted by his neighbors and he had to immediately lay his complaints at the Gendarmerie Brigade that led to the arrest. He counts his loss to the robbery attack to worth 800,000 francs CFA.
Mon voisin m'a beaucoup appelé. Il m'a appelé pour me dire qu'on a cassé la boutique. Je suis allé à la boutique, j'arrive, j'ouvre la boutique et constate qu'on a complètement vidé la boutique.
The alleged bandit explains his supply chain, which links him directly to second-hand shops at Kas, Bonakwangwang, and a railway station. The suspect says he monitors, but his supplier is still on the run. His brother went in for his actions. The suspect says he monitors his area of interest before he robs victims of their goods. The 39-year-old will only know his fate after being presented to the State Council in the days ahead. For now, he's gnashing his teeth at the Sodikombo Gendarmerie Brigade. As the new academic year is on course, one of the major concerns is the security of pupils and students. Within the past year, several cases of assault, theft, and kidnappings were registered daily in most schools across Cameroon. How well do school authorities and parents secure our children? Our reporters, High St. Chair and student journalist Chelsea Cowan went finding out their stories.
It is not new anymore that bandits and kidnappers have adopted the tactics of queuing up with parents and students at school closing hours, hiding under the mask of caretakers or family members to carry out their diabolic activities. School authorities, to be ahead of them in the scheme, have adopted measures to check security, especially the issues of kidnappings.
We have badges that we have given to our kids. Even to the secondary, we have badges, which implies that when a parent is coming to pick up a kid, the parent should come presenting that particular badge.
Ici, au lycée bilingue Coleton, nous avons mis...
The agents have a good mastery of the personnel here on campus. When there is a strange face, he or she cannot pass except I give my permission.
Limiting the flow of people by using access control methods is a strategy some institutions consider. Establishing control measures and implementing surveillance cameras gets the job done.
I have security cameras that show all the corners of the school. So, if I notice any strange individual, I will alert the security agents to find out.
Of course, no one would want to see his or her child go to school and be a victim of what they never called for. That is why, at parents' level, security is top most important.
I make sure to give my child directions to school. She also eats in the house and in school, so avoid her eating outside the campus.
Other parents agree to the fact that it is not easy keeping a child safe in a country where talks of insecurity are rampant, but however, they keep putting everything in God's hands and hoping their children will remain secured.
Heavy-duty trucks have been prohibited from circulating during the day in Cameroon's economic city, DOUALA, and giving new directives on how and when and where to circulate during the day as well as at night. A text to that effect has been made public by officials of the DOUALA City Council. More on the story with our reporter, Gladys Ambo Ziba.
This is the text that regulates circulation of heavy-duty vehicles in Cameroon's economic city, DOUALA. From 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., heavy-duty trucks are banned from circulating in the Bonapriso, Bonanjo, AKWA, Deido, and Dokote neighborhoods.
Conclude today was to define itineraries for heavyweight trucks. All roads are open night, but during the day, some places or some areas are forbidden for these heavy trucks. The quarter like the parts like Bonanjo, Bonapriso, AKWA, Bali, Daido and Dokoti are free just during the night.
The decision, according to officials, is aimed at regulating the circulation of heavy-duty vehicles in DOUALA and fight against traffic and urban disorder. At this meeting between the officials of the DOUALA City Council and transporters, September 14, 2023, some transporters expressed mixed feelings with certain itineraries and time prohibited, which they claim will affect activities.
Due to the congestion we are having within the DOUALA town, but we are now agreeing with the stakeholders to accept the ways that will be accepting, that will be authorized for easy circulation and avoid congestion.
Officials emphasized the new directives must be respected for the good of all and needs the support of all stakeholders. It should be recalled that this is not the first time such a decision has been taken to redress traffic congestion in DOUALA and prevent accidents. A couple of years back, it was the Ministry of Transport that prohibited access of these heavy-duty trucks in the city of DOUALA during the day.
Northwest funds and other traditional authorities continue to pay allegiance to the newly crowned 9-year-old Fon of Baba One, currently schooling in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. A delegation of funds and the holders from nearby villages communion with the young Fon this weekend in Yaoundé as he becomes more and more acquainted with his subjects. Details with our reporter, Aisin Cha.
The 9-year-old Fon of Baba One gaining some confidence and experience as he communioned with his subjects. On Saturday, September 16, flanked by other Fons of the Northwest region who all came to pay allegiance, a high moment of love and solidarity between the Fondoms.
I hold this village close to my heart, and it was a time for me to come and celebrate as they go through this transition and let them know that we are by them at all times. If you saw, we gave a symbol of authority to the Fon to let him know he is an institution and we are his subjects forever.
And through the spokesperson, Fonchafa Isaac of Bangulan, the fund expressed great joy receiving the different delegations.
The people are so honored, touched, particularly with the presence of
an occasion to reiterate the heavy burden on the shoulders of the young fawn with a strong message of collaboration.
The whole village that he has to take care of. Well-wishers are expected to assist him financially, morally, culturally, and security-wise. If not, he will not be able to meet the challenges that are in front of him.
Many dance groups from other communities like Nsongwa and So were equally present at the ceremony with beautiful display of the rich culture.
The list of nominees for Canal Act 14 has been made public on the evening of September 17, 2023 on Canal International. Several reactions have been pouring out following the publication of the official list of nominees, which will be determining the best cultural actors on the 9th of October 28, 2023. Saleh Sherifa went through those reactions and put together the following story.
Several reactions have been coming up following the publication of the list of nominees of the Canal Act 14, both from stars and their fans. They have been airing out their joy on social media over the recognition of the hard work done through the nomination on the list.
Sabrina, Sabrine Nonga,
Created in 2004, Canal is an initiative of Canal International. It is the biggest award ceremony which recognizes the best cultural actors, or better still, the lions of culture, both in and out of Cameroon. Canal Act 14 is scheduled for the night of October 28, 2023.
And we now talk sports. The Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses have landed in Douala ahead of their first round qualification game against Kenya for the 2024 Morocco Female African Cup of Nations. Their game against Kenya is slated for this Friday, September 22, 2023 at the Bepanda Stadium at exactly 7 p.m. The girls of the newly appointed coach Jean-Baptiste said will have a tight week following a number of training sessions in view of getting set for the game. They will be having their first training session tomorrow, September 19, open to the press. It should be noted the number of locally based players are also present for a test before officially being called. More on this in a subsequent editions of Newscast. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the Primetime News in the English language on Canal International. Thanks so much for watching. But coming up is the brief with Mathieu Fangwa. As for me, I'll be back same time tomorrow. Good night.